We're going to be talking about 9 things that you should strongly consider when looking to buy a home, be it your first or subsequent home. For those of you that don't know, my name is Robert Lewis, and my goal here is simply to simplify the home loan process. Number 1, overlooking additional expenses. I see it. I saw it even today. Okay. In speaking with some clients, you're excited about the future ahead. You're looking to purchase a home and you have that tunnel vision. Everything that you're doing for the next 17 to 30 days is about you getting into that house so you can make it into a home. But it would serve you well to take some time before you reach out to a lender, a realtor, any of these professionals, any of us that help you with this process to get you into that house, and just try to foresee additional expenses that you're not seeing right now. Your utilities, they're going to go up. Is it just all electric home? Is it electric and a gas home? Do you have a separate septic system that you're going to have to maintain? Whenever you have land over a half an acre. Windows, do you have a lot of windows? Cleaning them. Blinds, the cleaning of the home. The lawn, the maintenance. If you're in an HOA, what does that fee look like? What does it cover? What can you not do as far as expenses are concerned? This is the time where you really become a great homeowner and have a great experience when you can use the internet, the technology that we have, or even reach out to professionals like myself or online and ask these questions that I think everyone should ask, more so than just, hey, get me into the home, because we have that down to a science, especially here with my group. Get you in 17 days, especially if you follow how we get you prepared. So that's the easy part, to be honest with you. For you, you want to understand what ownership really means. And so this is one step that is overlooked, and it's step 1. It's not sexy. It's akin to budgeting, but that's the first thing that you should do. Number 2, going out and looking for said house without being properly approved. I get it. Again, that's not the sexy part. The sexy part is looking for the house. You're excited. You want to get in. But too many times people put the horse before the cart. And there's a process in any successful system. And there's a process here as well. So after you, step 1, mentally try to foresee all of the potential expenses that you might now have with owning a home, and you're comfortable with that, the next logical step is to seek out your lending professional so that you can have your credit vetted, your income vetted, your taxes possibly. If you're a first-time home buyer, you have to have the most recent 3 years. And a good lender is able to take all of that information and then present to you the options that best fit what it is that you're trying to accomplish, not just purchasing the home, but in your journey with this home. Okay. Are you going to keep it long term? Are we looking to move up as the family grows? What does the job look like, right? All those things is something that a great lender should help you think about, because you don't know what you don't know. Okay. So don't go out looking for a home, get excited, and only to find out that the I wasn't dotted, the T wasn't crossed, because you looked at a credit card app or some of these other apps and you're looking at Experian 9.0 or 8.0 version score that has nothing to do with what we look at in the lending business. As far as the FICO models that we use, they're much more stringent. And so for all of those reasons, don't go out house hunting before you've been properly approved, unless you have cash. Now, if you have cash, throw everything I just said away, and you just want to get that letter of intent over to the realtor that you're going to deal with and begin shopping. Number 3, draining all of your savings to get into a home. This is a deal killer. Do not do this, guys. Do not do this. If you follow the channel, there are a ton of down payment assistance programs that a lot of you guys should use. The last video that I put up, you might want to check on the channel. 44% of the people that used down payment assistance in 2024 were 6-figure earners. The households were 6 figures. So Down payment assistance is not being utilized to help. And you might be thinking, I make six figures, I should have this money. No, it's things are up, costs are up. It's harder to save because a lot of stuff that you guys might be dealing with, especially if you have a family, kids, right? You want to not drain your savings. If you have to drain your savings to get into a home, either you're buying too much home or you need to wait some time so that you're not house rich and cash poor. Please don't do it. Don't do it because repairs, maintenance, stuff is going to happen in the home, and that is just a recipe for disaster. Let's move forward. Here's another one. This is a big one. When I see folks wanting to skip a home inspection, or they're only able to do one home inspection because the monies are tight, this is a big indicator to me that you're not ready. Let me explain or give you an example. The last client that we helped, a single mom, she submitted an offer, went through the inspection, showed this home in particular could not be insured. This is a $500 inspection. You have to be good with that. You have to be able to say, I'm going to walk away and not move forward with purchasing a home because you spent $500 on the inspection. I've seen people buy homes because they spent $600 on an appraisal. So instead of wasting those monies, what that tells me is the person wasn't prepared before you went out to shop. All the things that we just aforementioned. You didn't do the mental work and you're not with the right professionals so that they can paint a picture of the cost that are associated and the price range that you're in so that you can be narrow. But let's say it's 3 homes total. Do you have $1,500 that you're able to walk away from because it's insurance, right? The concept is this. I'm not locking myself into something that I know might be a problem. So this is why you have to have some funds. Just because you got an income tax return back does not mean you need to be a homeowner. It's a mindset. And this is how I educate my community. I don't know about other places, but we're not selling you cars here. We're building families. We're building communities. And I want you to be successful. So please understand that you can't skip the home inspection and you can't buy a home because you spent money on an inspection, because the inspection might unveil a deal killer and then you have to move on to the next. This home buyer was well qualified, understood the process, and that's a part of the journey. Now she's in a beautiful home and it meets her needs, but she was able to write that off because that's what it takes sometimes. Let's move forward. Oh, did I go back? Ignoring the neighborhood. This is a big one. And in my opinion, this is really what your realtor is for. As far as when they say you need a local professional, I don't have to be local as a lender. We're selling monies everywhere. But if you pick a realtor to help you, as well as for yourself, you have to understand the house and the lifestyle that it is going to provide for you and or your family. So again, you get that tunnel vision on the home and you forget to look around you. And it's not until you move into the neighborhood and you're like, oh, the covenants and the restrictions of this neighborhood said, I can't do this, that, and the third. Did your realtor tell you that? Okay. It's more than just a handsome guy or a pretty face and some pictures. Really, realtors are supposed to help you negotiate and understand the area. They're supposed to be the local experts of the area. Do your research on the schools. Go in the neighborhood, drive in the neighborhood at nighttime. Check it out. Okay. You're not buying a pair of tennis shoes. This is a minimum, in my opinion, 7-year situation. 5 at the earliest, 5 to 7. So you need to be very comfortable and do your due diligence. And really, when it comes to the neighborhood, even the realtor, you're going to live there. The realtor's not. So you have to be comfortable with the immediate surroundings. So is the lifestyle where the home, is it going to fit you and your family? I call it the 3 E's: entertainment, education, and employment. These are boxes that you need to check. Let's move forward. Making those emotional decisions, right? I mentioned it before. Hey, I spent $500. I can't lose $500. That's an emotional decision because we did an inspection or we paid for an appraisal where you weren't ready, because you're going to sign yourself up for some drama potentially if the home has issues, right? And then you're going to be on TikTok or somewhere talking about buyer's remorse. Like one of my OGs said, you're on TikTok and that's the middle of the story. See, we got to go back to the beginning of the story to see where it started. And you want not to make emotional decisions. It's everything's got that new car type phenomenon. After you get move in, okay, especially if it's new construction, you go to the home and they have it designed beautifully. You're not buying that furniture. Yours is an empty palette, an empty slate. That's why they stage homes, but are you getting that furniture? So don't be emotional about it. Be as realistic as possible. And the best way to be realistic is look at your numbers. That goes back to being pre-approved. And then you in the very first step, understanding, hey, when I get into this situation, this is what or where I need to be comfortable. Let's move forward. Buying more house than you need, especially in these internet ages that we're in. Okay. There's nothing wrong with a starter home. Trust me. There's nothing wrong with a starter home. Don't buy more than you need, because all of those people that you're trying to impress, they're not going to help you pay or maintain any of it. And again, this is the catalyst for these videos where folks are lamenting. All right. So buy the best home that fits your lifestyle, that you could get in and be comfortable. Remember, the purpose of a home is stability, to nurture your most valuable asset, yourself and or your family. And you have that steady place where you can build from. If you do it that way, you'll always be in a good place, because the more square footage, the more cost. So going through the steps that we're going through helps you protect yourself, because it's an exciting and it's an emotional time. That's where your professionals come in. So that's an extra bonus of how, as far as buying more than what you need. But you need to deal with folks that you know, like, and trust, because folks that come to me are trusting that you are pre-approved for 500,000, but your income says you're comfortable at 300,000. And to be even better, right? Maybe you can go 275 if you can find something, because you're here in life. There's levels. So don't buy more than you need. Just buy what you need. Let's move forward. Lacking an exit strategy. I say this all the time, okay? You have to begin with the end in mind. So let's say you're a younger couple, just like the couple here on the screen, and you have a young family. Just going back in my mind, when my family was younger, there's milestones, okay? So going from elementary school to junior high, well, that might cause a different school district, for sure, junior high to high school. So these are some of the milestones that you can plan or forecast in your career. Are you on the fast track? Are you moving around? You know what I'm saying? Are you in a career that has opportunities, and so you might want to take advantage of? All of this goes back to the planning stage and not putting yourself in such a premium place when you're not there in life, to where if you did have to sell sooner than the 5 years, you bought right, you bought in the right location. And worst case, even if you had to hold it and rent it out, you bought and did things correctly to where you can manage that until you can exit that strategy. All right. So always begin with the end in mind. There you have it. We're helping you turn a house into a home by simplifying the home loan process. Now, if you got all 9 of these steps and you're ready to move forward, I would say you want to watch this video over here on how to submit a great application the first time. You can also check down in the description, and there's a freebie application checklist that you could download for yourself and help you get prepared to submit that application. Now, if you want to learn about down payment assistance programs that can help you not liquidate all of your funds so that you have monies left over after closing, watch this video right over here. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, let's be good to one another. Let us let grace abound, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.